I'd like to talk about the possible lineups for the 2022-2023 season. There's a lot of different possibilities here. I'm going to start for the forwards and on the bottom line. So first off, the Mott situation, I'm going to kind of treat this as he doesn't come back because I do think it's possible that they make some room for him, but considering the new pieces that they added that could fill those bottom spots as well as the young people that are kind of on the way up, I just feel like putting him in there would take away some other spots, and considering the cap space situation, I kind of feel like the Rangers aren't going to sign him because they might have already done it if they wanted to. I could be wrong, and I would be happy to see him back, but I just don't really think it's going to happen. So starting off with the fourth line, I think we're going to see Carpenter, I think we're going to see Goodrow, and then we're also going to see Reeves. They could be mix and match. Like, I think we're going to see Gauthier a little bit there. Excited to see what he's going to bring because he's really, really good. I just think that he really kind of needs to polish up the game, kind of tie a bow on his gameplay, you know? Just kind of needs to put on those finishing touches. Either way, he's kind of got that, show us what you got contract. So, I'm excited to see what he's going to bring. You also got Brodzinski, and then you also got, just some of the new people that might show up. I don't think Othmann and Coyle are going to be playing this year. I think we might see them in the preseason, which is going to be pretty cool. But I don't know if they are going to be in the lineups. I feel like they're going to spend another year down in the minors, but we'll see.
Quick side note, I think it's very possible that we see Othmann and Coyle on the team this year, but I heard something that said they might spend another year down, so we'll have to see. Either way, would love to see them on the team.
I think someone like Sikora is probably going to spend another year as well. So the bottom line's probably going to be like Carpenter, Goodrow, and Reeves. That's the fourth line for now. Of course, we got like a taxi-ish squad. Third line, now I personally would love to see the kid line together. So going up from here, this is what I kind of like to see. If it means we can keep the kid line together, then that means, of course, we got Chytil, Kakko, and Lafreniere. Second line would be a little bit weird. I'd like to see Trocheck, Kravtsov, and Blais. Might be a little bit off, but I could see them working. The main reason why I'm putting them together is because I would love to see the almighty line of Panarin, Kreider, and Zibanejad. That would just be so beautiful because every time they play together, they just play together so well. However, I get that there's just multiple reasons to split them up, but I would just love to see it. I think it's a possibility, but I don't know. Realistically, I think that they don't play together. I think that probably the kid line gets split up, which is a little unfortunate, but honestly, splitting up that talent, they're all looking so good. They're going to play great. They're all still a team together. It's going to look good. Also, he could consider putting them on the second power play together, which I think is pretty realistic, which is kind of like what he does with Panarin, Zibanejad, and Kreider. Like, they don't play with each other during regular even strength, but they do on the power play, and they kill it. So I think what's more realistic to start the season is that we probably see Kreider, Zibanejad, and Lafreniere on the first line. We see Panarin, Trocheck, and maybe Kravtsov on the second line. Kravtsov could be Kakko on that wing. And then the third line would be Chytil, Blais, and Kakko, or Kravtsov. The second line would be most likely Panarin and Trocheck. I'm going to say Kravtsov for now. I think at the start of the season, I see him starting on that line. He could be on the third, but I just kind of feel like he might be on the second. Depending on his performance, he might go down or might stay, but I feel like that's what Gallant might do. I think Chytil and Blais are some for sure's for the third line. Chytil mostly because he's a center, and Blais just because he's kind of in a recovery position. Let's kind of see what you can do after this injury. It's kind of the hit or miss with big knee injuries like that. People sometimes, come back just the same, and then sometimes they come back not being able to access any skill at all. Or just not what they used to do. Yeah, that's what I think the lines could be. I think Kakko and Kravtsov might have some mix and match. They might give it to Kakko. They might give it to Kravtsov, the second line spot. We'll have to see. So that's what I think the forwards are looking like. I'm really excited to see either way, no matter what these lineups go. I think that it's just going to be amazing. There's definitely going to have to be some tracking performance, just kind of see how that goes. Depending on how people do, lines are going to shift just based off of not only just performance, but also chemistry. So we're going to have to kind of see how that goes, but that's probably what the lines are going to be looking like. Now for the defense, which I think is a bit more set in stone, at least for the top two lines for sure. Definitely for the top line, we got Fox and Lindgren. Definitely for the second line, we got Trouba and Miller. Couldn't be happier about that. That's just amazing. For the third line, I really think we're going to see Schneider back. I hope we do because I think he played great. He's just going to do better. He was just very reliable. Yeah, maybe a few slip-ups here and there, but for a rookie season, he just played amazing, honestly. I think with the feel that he's gotten for the league, he's just going to have even more, increased confidence. He had such great confidence. I feel like he came in ready to go. So I think the season is going to be even better. I'd like to see Schneider on that third line. We might see Tenorti or someone like that. But, we also might see Libor Hayek. Of course, Zach Jones would be pretty cool to see as well because I think he played great too and he might be ready. Also, Niall Lundqvist. There's so many good players that the Rangers can choose from, and I'm just really excited to see what's going to happen. The team is looking really, really good, and I am hyped for this season to start. Just talking about the lineups gets me super, super giddy, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to do. I'm really excited for the training camp and preseason mainly, because preseason is going to give us even more of an insight as to what's going to happen. So I'm counting down the days. It's going to be good, and yeah. So those are my thoughts on the lineup possibilities. There's a lot of people out there, but we also got some core. Either way, the team's looking great, and I'm hyped. So anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, take care.